Hi Aries, here is a general look at your solar chart for March 2016, and this is going to be a pretty dynamic month actually for all of the signs, because there's two eclipses happening this month, and of course for you Aries, from the 20th the sun comes into your sign, so that will mark the beginning of a more powerful more outgoing energy for you. So first of all, we've got a solar eclipse on March the 8th. That's in the Pisces Virgo axis, so that's the sign before yours, and that is on in the more private area for you. So that'll be a beneficial energy of change, allowing you to make a fresh start, maybe in anything related to health matters, or it can be work, or it can be some skill that you're studying or using. I mean, employment matters. It can be just your daily tasks, the details of every day that you've got to deal with, and there can be some, with this energy of change coming in here, something to benefit that, benefit you in a nourishing, nurturing kind of a way as well. Okay, and in this eclipse, we also have, getting involved with this eclipse, is Saturn and Jupiter, also Chiron, Neptune, a little bit of Pluto thrown in there. So there will be things coming to the surface, maybe, which you've got to sort of wrestle with. But because this is a potentially positive energy, this eclipse energy, that you could be able to deal with something which is counterproductive in your life quite successfully, or maybe this is something that is ready to, particularly when Mars goes in there actually, you are, or rather Mars changes, you are ready to step into this kind of more is outgoing kind of vibe, because the position of Mars at the moment is really quite inward. So it's like you've got private things going on inside of you. Maybe there's some turmoil going on in there, or maybe it's around borrowings or lendings, or maybe it's around jointly held money, or property, or interests, or the space that you have, and whatever it is, you're kind of, you haven't got a free hand, you're reliant on others. So this can bring in new beginnings there, maybe with helpers that are around you, or maybe you're their helper and there's changes for them. It can be just the energy swirling around your particular field that you occupy. But as I say, it's beneficial. So you, with the changes that this is offering to you, you should be setting down your intention on the time of the day of the eclipse, ideally, but just before it, on the day of the eclipse, because then that energy will unfurl and unpack itself over the coming 6 to 12, even 18 months. And the funny thing about eclipses is they often show up, the effects of them often show up even before they've happened, and that can be days you notice something, or even like a month beforehand. So the best thing is to realize what you want to resolve or heal, or just get better organized in this background private area of your life, and actually do something going in that direction. Make that statement, and then the eclipse energy will pick it up on that wave and take that into your future. You see, that's the idea behind it, and it does work. So there's a little bit of magic going on there, and this is about you getting the outcome that you desire. It just needs a little bit of input from yourself. Now there's this other eclipse going on, and this is really quite significant, because this will be different for you. This is a lunar eclipse, so I mean kind of a lesser energy, but it is going to be on the axis of Aries and Libra. And because of that, it's very important. It's in the first 3-4 degrees of Libra. So this could be encouraging new beginnings for you in your personally, but in your relationship, close relationships, whether that's with family or a partner, or on the professional side of things. A new dynamic, friends, in that relationship coming in here. And it can be more significant the nearer the degree you are to that eclipse. So those are two very powerful eclipses potentially in March. And I would, you got time. You've got time with eclipse energy, because the energy of the change in the area that you want will be going on, as it unfolds over the subsequent months. Now, of course, there are these other planets involved. Saturn is in a good angle to your sun sign, and that will be triggered. This is you getting educated, getting knowledgeable, learning stuff. In a formal sort of situation or informally. You're just learning through doing. And this is the area you have to take seriously. You've got to do your assignments, or you have to be the one who is there for others with your information and your teaching for them and your advice for them. Maybe it's like that. You'll be developing this new understanding, maybe of something which is more spiritual. It could be like that for you, or maybe it's to do with the law side of things. Whatever it's about, it's expanding your mind, it's expanding your physical territory in it. But it's slow, it's gradual, and it's like within certain limits, but you feel as though the thing is just slowly fanning out. There's nothing dramatic and sudden, it's just slowly giving you more options and more space. And maybe it's because of what you're learning, which is going to, in the future, allow you to be more in the driving seat, more calling the shots, you see. You Arians born the 4th to the 6th of April with 15 to 17 degrees rising, are going to feel that energy the most this forecast period. And of course, that's not the eclipse. The eclipse is around 18, 19 degrees, so between 18, 19 degrees, and those of you born up until let's see now, that'll be around about the 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th. In particular, although it covers the whole of the sign, this energy of change, turning over a new leaf in that educational area, or maybe it's to do with the Jupiter thing a little bit more for you in the area of health, in the area of work, in the area of daily tasks, in the area of service providers, you as the service providers, others helping you, employers, employees, all of that. Again, fresh start energy coming in here from that eclipse. You Arians born the 3rd to the 9th of April, or with 14 to 20 degrees rising, are going to feel that energy the most this month. And then we have Mercury, and no, before I go there, I'll go to the Sun going over Saturn between the 5th and the 7th. That is maybe not the best time to schedule something, because it's usually a heavier energy around then. And then we have Jupiter and Saturn moving across each other's degrees from mid-month onwards. Again, freedom of expression, freedom of action may be curtailed for some reason. And you will find, though, that there are options that you can play around with within those parameters. So it's not likely to be too much of an obstacle there for you if you look at it and realize, okay, within these limits, I have this freedom. And then Mercury is going over Neptune, and Venus is going on Neptune. Apart from things being up in the air and there being something you don't really know about, or you don't know how to feel about it, or you don't know how they feel about it, or you don't know what information there is out there because you just haven't been able to get your hands on it or to grasp it. It can also mean that somebody is very kind towards you. Somebody is saying the right things to you. You appreciate that. There's a gentleness, there's a compassion that might be coming towards you, that might be coming from you to them. Something beautiful maybe about your surroundings, if it's not like that, that you really appreciate. There's something inspiring in your environment that touches your heart maybe. Now, Saturn's still pretty close to Uranus. That's in the first half of the month. I spoke about that last month. And this is you feeling that progress. You can just taste it in the air. That thing you've been waiting for is coming towards you. The light's gone green, but you're behind a tailback. So it's like you move forwards. You keep rolling, but it's not like zoom, like you would prefer. It's like, okay, this stage, but it's positive. It's a very positive aspect, and it's a very positive angle, apart from the Uranus bit, which is actually in your sign. So that can go in various ways. But again, it's always up to us how we react and how we're dealing with these vibrational cross currents in our lives. And they do coagulate into events. They do manifest as happenings. They really do. So this is a positive one. This is you pulling that future that you want towards you on like a steady pull. Or it might be, I'm seeing it like that, but it could be like that future is just, you're on a tractor beam and you're just being pulled towards it. And it is positive. Things are likely to change for the better. And become, that dream, that aspiration, that hope become a reality at last. And then in the last week, Mars and the Sun in Aries, that is really going to, Mars, yes, that's right, they are in Aries. Really sparking off each other, a real strong kind of boost coming in there, a good time to get the ball rolling on something, or indeed to catch up if the ball is already rolling, and get more involved, get more decisive, get clearer about things. And yeah, that'll be the way to go. Now, Mars has been in quite a sort of an inner turmoil maybe going on, where Mars has been since early January. Comes out of there on the 6th. Maybe there's been some secrets going on, think private things. Comes out of there on the 6th, and then is much more up your street, because this is the area of planning, feeling very future orientated, coming out of any kind of too much introspection into the light of more clarity, and broader horizons, fresh experiences. And this is the right moment to get outside of the box, to let that, let that just shake off the cobwebs, and let that energy show you what it can deliver. And you could be at this time signing up for something new, and just really enjoying what you're learning. It comes into the area where Saturn is, so there still will be this feeling of like gradually making progress on that plodding level, but Mars will come in here and really trigger and speed things up, and maybe make things a little bit more interesting or more dynamic. Some of you could be traveling, or just taking, a different way home, or to work or whatever, or just getting out of the routine box is very advisable, because who knows what might happen if you do. And then the Sun comes into your sign on the 20th, I did say that. And then Jupiter will be in your area of health and work until September, and there's going to be you growing through learning skills, and also learning maybe, better health or diet or exercise regimes. And actually, I've mentioned this before, but and then of course Saturn in a really good angle. Uranus is in your sign. That means that really a lot about how you got used to your life being is not going to be happening again. It's just you are really a creature that's evolving now, very much evolving, and it's going to be like, oh, what's going to happen next? Because we want our safety. We want our predictability around us, and it's like, Another one from left field, you know. So it's the measure of us, how centered we can be when we respond. Because it can make you feel really jittery sometimes, this Uranus transit. Very much on your nerves. It rules the parasympathetic nervous system. So mindfulness, meditation, you know, floating in the water, listening to music, just standing in a stream of water even, imagining your aura being strong and wide, and you're safe, and relaxed, and good sleep, because sleep might be disturbed. All of that kind of thing. You Arians born the 6th to the 10th of April with 17 to 21 degrees rising, maybe feeling it the strongest at this time here. But the thing about it is that's all our reaction, because the thing about this is to awaken you to a whole new level of your being. Your higher centers are being triggered, but we're not used to it. We're used to being down here, in where it's predictable and safe. Now, we do need to be have our safety and security, but we have to be flexible with this wind and bend like the tree. You know, like the sapling in a way. And what needs to be ripped away from us in life, even though we may be, you know, kicking and screaming about it, does need to go. Yeah, it's quite a big one, this one. And then we have Pluto coming at you from Capricorn as well. This is in your career area. Again, this is an area as well where you've got to be stripping off the layers and finding out, okay, what did I really come here to do? Have all these been survival strategies, and really there was something else that I should be. And this is more in the career area, this one here. So, and you need to get to the bottom of that, and you will. Oh, you will. But the more you, again, hold on to the past and the past image and what was expected to you in the past, of you in the past, from parents, and maybe parents are involved here as well, even if they're not around anymore, or maybe they are. How they saw you, you have to kind of strip that away, because maybe that wasn't really you anyway. Maybe that was a scripting from them. We all get it, indeed we all do, whether or not we got Pluto making waves in our life. So you Arians born the 5th to the 7th of April with 16 to 18 degrees arising are going to feel that energy the most, and that's it for March. If you know your rising sign or your moon sign, listen to those. And also if you this is written up on DianaGarland.com, you can find it there, and I will see you the next time.